Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. If you're just tuning in, we're going to get the stream, the actual show, the actual pregame show going in about 10 minutes or so. What we'd like to do, start a little bit early, warm up the old voice box because it is 20 after 5 in the morning here on the West Coast. And it's a little bit early. It's a little bit early for chatterboxing. So, as you can expect, haven't really chatted with too many people this morning. So, we're going to warm up the voice. We're going to warm up the mind, get the TA brain going. And we'd like to do that by saying hello, doing a little housekeeping and introductions. My name is Jason. I will be covering for Lori again the first few days. As many of you watchers, viewers, Lori fans know, her mom's a little bit sick. So she's back in her home city, taking care of her mom again, just setting up some appointments. It sounds like things are going relatively well. It's hopeful it's can be expected, but still needs a little bit of help getting all the medical stuff figured out. So Lori's off doing that. We'll be back possibly tomorrow, depending on how good the internet is at the hotel. Frankly, I don't think hotels internet is ever good. So let's plan for her being back on Thursday. But until then, you got me. Again, my name is Jason, and I'm a co-founder, partner, friend of the Chart Guys, and I'm going to be helping you do some morning prep. So let's say hello to everybody. I see a few names: Fernando Samwise Carlson, the Card Lady Homebody, Shake and Bake. Got a couple names I don't want to say. Guile. That's a great name. Guile. I like that. That's a power name. That's a sneaky power name. You wouldn't think about that as being a power name, but then there it is, right in front of your face. Wonderful. Well, everyone, we get time for some ticker requests. If anyone has anything they'd like me to look at, get the old mind warmed up, I'd be happy to do that. Hey, Mal. You know who I haven't seen? Where's that night truck? Hey, Curtis. Yeah, post ticker request. I'll get started taking a look at something here. Whitney, how are you? Appreciate you guys watching, tuning in. And Ed Emerson's in the house. Excellent. All right. Do you guys have a great weekend? Where are you guys tuning in from? Like, I want to see where's the furthest afield viewer that we have this morning. I'm really curious how far we are able to reach our little internet fingers out into the universe. Samwise wants to look at Mara. Sure. So the first thing we got to look at when we're talking about any cryptos is the consolidation we're seeing on the daily time frame. So that's going to have an impact because that consolidation really is in the last 12 hours or so. So because it's in the last 12 hours, we're going to be looking at significantly lower opens, theoretically, for our crypto coins and related names. So MARA is definitely one of those. So let's go plug that in. Let's see what's happening over here. So real-time trading hours, look where we ended up. We ended up on a high. So I don't think we're going to be opening on a high, right? It's going to be a little bit of that consolidation. So what we're looking for is where are we going to end up opening and what is our next area of supports, assuming we're going to see some weakness, getting a little bit of a fear flush. Anytime you have that lower open, you tend to get, hey, people, where's the cute blonde? I'm right here, Big Spark. I ain't going anywhere. You want cute? I'm cute. I guarantee it. My kids tell me. My mom has been saying it for forever. So guaranteed cuteness right here. I got you, man. You don't go anywhere, Big Spark. Okay, Mara. Oh, let's get rid of those levels. So this is the deal. With Mara, we're looking at daily consolidation. We're down at 1122 pre-market. So what we have to go and hunt for is what are our areas of support. Let's assume a weak open, a lower open, and let's assume some fear. And if we get continued consolidation, we're going to be looking for those support levels to be our potential areas for short-term reversal. We got a lot of daily consolidation to do. So let's jump to the hourly time frame. Right now, we're opening at 1122. So right about there, let's go plug in our extended trading hours and see what's happening. So, oh goodness, we've got ourselves a potential for equilibrium. A couple of possibilities. If we open and flush under 1098, all right, then we have ourselves some. We've lost the 4-hour consolidation, or I should say we lost 4-hour uptrend. 1098 is a key 4-hour level for a couple of reasons. One, because it's a 4-hour low, and because it's an EMA 12 touch. So if we lose that, we are looking to kick off some daily consolidation and we'll be paying very close attention to the this is why we're warming up, guys. The stair-step pattern break, so consecutive high or low on each candlestick, into 4-hour loss low, which will kick off that daily consolidation, and then we'll be looking for, well, how much weakness can we bring in? 1098 is the key level. It's an hourly equilibrium setup. It's a potential for a bullish or neutral stance. If we can hold 1098, which is going to be Friday's low, that's going to be good for the bulls. But at this point, we're going to be looking to our Bitcoin for consolidation guidance. So, a little bit of a bottom fish at 1098. If you're going to be playing this bullish, I would be looking more for a break of 1098 and a complete inability to follow through there. If we cross back up and over again, then I would be using that, whatever that low is, as a potential stop, and then looking for the bulls to see that flush sell into panic into reversal. Again, we'll need Bitcoin to help us out with that, and we'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at Bitcoin as we get started here. Other than that, we have potential for hourly equilibrium. And we're going to notice as we get into this show today, there's a lot of this hourly chop situation setting up, at least for today's first few hours. And I don't think Bitcoin is, or at least Mara is much different than that. So here's our Bitcoin, big hourly downtrend. We'll dig into that in a second. All right, let's see where we got people from. Western North Carolina. Okay, Mal's from England. Someone loves being a capitalist. Great. Do we even have true capitalists anymore? I don't know. Probably not. Is there like a true capitalist state? I don't think there is. But what do I know about political systems? Not a heck of a lot. Ed Emerson, North Carolina. Nice. Beautiful. Louisiana. Catahoula. Hey, what's up, buddy? Georgia. That's GA, right? Yeah. I'm not great with my state letters. Pretty good. But, like, I'm one of those people who... Hey, Switzerland. All right. I like, if you... I don't know where Nebraska is, for example. I never grew up learning all of the states. So, you know, abbreviations. You know, you got a slew of them. All right, everybody. Thanks for letting me know where you're from. Love to see. I like sometimes you get those cool websites that have like little pictures, pin drops of it. People are all over the world. St. George, Utah. Oh my goodness. Is that what I'm thinking of? Hold on, I need to look that one up. St. George, Utah. That's close to Hurricane, Utah, right? Yeah. Don't ask me why. I'm obsessed with Hurricane, Utah. I like to poke around on maps, and I found the Hurricane, Utah. It looked like a middle of nowhere. Great name, right? So I was like, I got to go visit this place. Just never have. But I know way too much about it. Okay, guys, that's enough fooling around. Well, let's get started. Welcome to the pregame show. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, Northwest Washington State, SpongeBob Battle Pants. Whereabouts in Northwest Washington State? Because I was just there. I got to visit Bellingham on Saturday. Okay, let's get into it, my friends. We're going to take a look at the universe. First of all, I need to get my sweet introduction ready. Lori just kills the introductions, doesn't she? All right, guys. Welcome to the pregame show. It is April 17th somehow. I don't know how we're already 17 days into the month. That's absolutely crazy. My name is Chart Guys Jason, or you can just call me Jason. Don't call me Chart Guys. That will be confusing. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can. Cautiously neglecting my Twitter since January 2017. Slowly now adding users and friends. So I like to post ticker setups. Sometimes I post videos. I'm just posting all sorts of stuff. Give me a follow if you like that sort of thing. You like the vibe. All right. What we're doing on the pregame show today as we're going to take a look at all the things that are happening out in the universe. And our goal is to get ready for the week ahead, and more specifically, the trading day ahead. So what we're going to talk about is we're going to look at some tickers. We're going to check out the indices. We're going to check out some basic commodities, oil, gas, gold. We're going to take a look at, what are we going to look at? Bitcoin, yes. Some cryptos, and get a sense of what's happening out there. What are some key things that we're going to be looking for, okay? All right, we got a new winner. We got, Hong Kong. Grisha Ruschendorf. Something tells me Grisha Ruschendorf is not a native of Hong Kong, but I could be wrong. Just doesn't scream like, traditional Hong Kong name. But I've been very wrong before. We'll find out in a second, I guess. All right, let's take a look at NQ. Hey, I wrote out some levels for you guys, and I hope you like them. So go and grab those because they're going to disappear in a second as I get into my analysis. And I don't like dirty charts. And I don't like clutter charts. This is about as complex as I get. And frankly, the text is throwing me off. So screenshot that if you want to get it. Now it's gone. All right. So the biggest thing for the NQ chart on the weekly time frame is this beautiful weekly bull flag setup. If you watch the weekly wrap up that I did on Friday, we talked a lot about that. You can go back on to, it's probably on the Trading View, and it's probably on YouTube as well. You can go and watch that. But essentially, what we're looking at is a very strong potential, because we have this pattern, for the bulls to have some good follow through. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be this week. We can consolidate all this week, and just like we can even hit a lower low and come back up. We can do it for another 2 weeks and still be in this overall pattern. But the loss of this weekly low right here, and the fact that we had a strong bull response and good volume, shows us that at least at that point in time, the bulls or the bears did not have the follow through chutzpah to continue down. When we have lower lows and lower highs in a controlled descent and a lack of follow through, that's good for the other side. So in this case, we see weak bears, it's good for the bulls. So now what we're going to be doing as we tunnel down into the hourly time frame, we're going to be looking for signs of strength or weakness. On the hourly time frame, we're always, at least to kick off this morning, we're going to be looking for Friday's high. And that will make sense as we get into the daily time frame. So here on NQ on the daily, we can see that we have these lower lows, a few of them without much follow through, and we have this area resistance. So we have our overall high of 13,348. And then we see our little pokes above without having any sort of overall follow through. We have collectively lower highs and lower lows. Now, due to Friday's action, we have a high. If the bulls want to have continuation on the hourly time frame and the 4-hour time frame and continue this little momentum that we saw on Thursday into Friday's indecision and prevent it from becoming a new lower low, they need to break 13,255. So they're having a little bit of an indecision problem as we get into the hourly time frame. So that's why we're paying close attention to that 13,225. If we go to the 4-hour, well, we're not going to spend a lot of time here, but you can see indecision cropping up, or overall 4-hour support here, and then down here. And the hourly is where it gets really interesting. So there's our high of Friday, big up, big down, big recovery. But now we are sort of in a bit of balance. We see our high, our low, our high over here, inability to follow through again. So paying attention, especially in the futures charts, when you have a key area, a high, and then you come down and you retest it, and you have an inability, a lack of acceptance, no interest in staying above that level, we tend to just sort of waffle out. And we see that waffling out when we're in a hourly lower low, so our trend is neutral. We have no real overall trend on the hourly time frame. So we're getting into a really lack of constructive level bit of hourly consolidation, just sort of floating sideways through time. So we have a higher high, we get a lower low over here. We don't have a lot of clarity. So in order to regain clarity, we're going to be looking for the bulls to clear the 13,255 level. If they're able to do that, then that's great. That's going to be a break of the daily time frame high. It's going to put bulls right back in control, and they're going to put the bulls on track to target the 13,348 level. So that'd be a big win for the bulls, and it is going to require them to take out this hourly high and really get an overall strong day established. So it doesn't necessarily need to be today, but it would be ideal for the bulls to take that level out, consolidate for a few hours, and then push toward the end of the day to take out that 13,225. That would give them a big green candlestick and a pretty good triumphant win. Right now, that's just a little bit of a pipe dream. We're seeing it as hourly chopping sideways, and anything under 13,225, we're going to call that an hourly lower high and look for some other structure to build up as we get into a tightening range overall. So the other level we're going to be watching is going to be the low of Thursday. Go back to the hourly time. Oh, wrong level. Here we go. 13,058, which is, oh, of course it is, Jason, you dullard. It's the low and the high of Friday's action coming into play. We need to break one of these levels to have some daily consolidation. Until that happens, we're looking at hourly chop. We've got some Australians, someone from Ohio, the Australia of America. What is the Australia of America? Is there one? Just making up weird stuff now. Okay, we got our NQ levels. Hey, thanks for tuning in. If you're just jumping in, my name's Jason. I'm Chart Guys. I'm a big fan of Lori. I'm trying to replicate some of the magic that she does. Follow me on Twitter. It's 2 plugs, right? Who is this guy? Jeez. Chart Guys Jason. You either... yeah, I tend to exhibit or exude... not exude. I don't know. People either like me or they don't. It's very rare do I find someone who's really neutral. Anyway, let's take a look at ES. All right. Oh no! Shoot, I had some ES levels for you guys as well. Here, they're still here. All right, we're all good. So ES, let's go check that. Look at that one. ES levels. There you go. Go and grab them. You know what? I think they're on the weekly time frame. We're going to find that they're doubled up here. They are. I knew I put them on there for you guys. Okay. ES, let's take a look at the weekly time frame. Overall, the weekly time frame, doesn't it look gorgeous? It's beautiful. We have a weekly high or low. We have weekly resistance up here at 42.0850. We don't have the weekly bull flag because the bulls haven't really even taken a break yet. They're just continuing to set these higher lows and higher highs. So we have a stair-step pattern again. We have consecutive higher lows on each candlestick. That doesn't matter until we break that level. So right now, bulls are in control. Daily time frame, bulls are in control. Daily higher lows. Looking great. Daily support. We have 2 support levels to work for. Work for, yeah. So overall, the message here is daily bulls are in control. And until they lose this daily, weekly stair step down here, they remain in control. And we are not looking for daily consolidation yet. Daily support is here. Again, we're going to be looking to the highs and lows of Friday's session as our key indications of direction. Now, another way to look at this is that we have ourselves at this point a mother bar, and then we have the potential for an inside bar. So until we break out of one of these ranges, we end up trading inside the range. And range trading tends to be pretty choppy and pretty unpredictable. And often when we have range trading days, we can go to our market internals, and our market internals will reflect an overall lack of commitment and direction, which only reifies the chop fest that we end up seeing very often in these types of situations. So we need to just keep that in mind. Until we have clear direction, we have chop. And if you think you got chop, go to your internals. And if internals say chop, well, then you know to change your trading strategy and adapt. If you don't have a trading strategy for a trending day and for a choppy day that are remarkably different than each other, or at least being able to recognize those 2 types of trading days and either employ or not employ your trading strategies, you're going to get into a bunch of trouble. So I have a couple of trading strategies that only work in range trading environments, and then I have a couple that only work in trending environments. So you have to figure out what sort of context you're in. Many times you'll have new traders, even some experienced traders who tend to just forget. When you've had these days where you are excuse me, on 5-minute time frame, setting higher highs and then, reversing right back down to range lows and, stopping out and getting breakouts that have no follow through. These are the most frustrating types of environments because as a student, you're studying like crazy. I know you guys have spent hours looking at textbooks and reading and studying and watching videos, and then you go to employ your strategy and you get a breakout and everything is technically perfect, and then it just fades right back down, stops you out. and then it goes right back up, and then fades right back down, because more than likely you're in a choppy trending day, and recognizing that is key. So if you're a chart guy, whoa, I just hit the mic. I have no idea what that sounded like. If you are a Chart Guys member, I've got a few videos on market internals in the educational library. We have hours and hours of that. So go and check that out. Or just send me a message in the Slack. I'll happily answer those questions too. All right, so back to ES. We're looking for these daily ranges. We had our day's high and our day low from Friday. And until we break out of that range, we're just going to be sort of chopping around in this overall range. And we see that here on the hourly time frame. A higher high, no follow through. And now we are trending lower, looking for an hourly lower high at this point. And we have a lot of room on both sides. We're pretty much at the medium point. So we're looking at range until the bulls can establish some sort of direction. Is going to be a wait and see type of morning. Let's see if we can get a 5 or 15 minute pattern. Let's see what our overall internals are supportive of or unsupportive of. Sometimes they're just not supportive of anything but chop, but we need to be careful. Hourly resistance that we want to clear for the bulls, 41.89, 41.38. But we go back to our 4 hour and our daily time frame and our weekly time frame, overall supportive of bullish continuation. So our aggressive bulls are going to be stalking and waiting and assuming a 4 hour higher low into a higher high, because trends tend to do what they do. And right now, the overall larger time frames are supportive of the bulls. Okay, you're my 989th follower. That's exciting. Let's see. Oh, I just lost a follower, so you're 988. Yo, man, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Told you, you either like me or you really don't. Weekly time frame on the YM. We're gonna have to speed this up a little bit because I want to get some ticker requests in too. We've got a lot of work to do. YM on weekly time frame, weekly stair step pattern. We're gonna be looking to Friday's high. That is very likely going to be this guy here, and it is. Overall, we've had very weak lower lows, so bulls have been in rampaging control of this time frame. We're going to be looking at hourly consolidation because we're right in the mid-range of this overall range, and we're going to be looking for, again, a break of the hourly high, hourly low, 32,275. For resistance, 33,877 is our low, and if we go to the hourly time frame, we see that similar chop and confused price action. We're just dawdling around. We haven't really tried to do much of anything yet. So I'm going to be looking for, if we have a strong trending day on pretty much, this can apply to our ES and our NQ as well. If we see a strong directional move in the first couple hours into consolidation, I'll be looking for bull flags or bear flags, and then looking for a test or retest of the 30,877 or our resistance level. So again, a wait and see, no hourly trend that is very useful for us right now. And the daily time frame is doing a little bit of consolidation via the hourly time frame, but ultimately is bullish, and we are looking for overall upside continuation as the most likely outcome. Going to RTY. RTY still in this big, ugly range. And until we close over, just confidently close over in the daily time frame over $1,814. Yes, I did it. I'm just going to be looking for more range. This is a very confident area of resistance. We do have overall daily higher lows, but I'm not going to be playing long directionally on the weekly or daily time frame until the bulls can really just shake off what is still really a bear flag. I need to close over these levels to show me that, hey, bulls are here and they're getting out of this, and there's interest in buying and holding above this level, not just buying and getting up to and trading down. So I'm going to call my daily resistance 1814.6. Go to our 4 hour time frame, similar chop fest, overall lack of direction, big old V-shaped recovery. That's nice to see, giving us a big hourly support, but ultimately a lack of direction and looking for those highs and lows to break again. What's not to like? Oh, me. Ha! Probably just the weird tangents that I go on. People, I get a lot of feedback, okay, Mel? And the feedback is, wow, you're really talking about everything except charts. I only want chart information. You're wasting my time. Or the feedback is, hey, I love your crazy tangents. I enjoy laughing a little bit and having some fun and combining that with TA. Maybe I'm just getting the loud voices on either side, but that's the feedback. And you know what? I have fun doing it. And if I couldn't joke around with you guys and talk to you in this manner, then I just wouldn't enjoy what I do. So that's the show, my friends. A little bit of personality, like it or not. That's how I roll. All right. Oh man, we're running out of time. Let's go take a look at SPY. SPY, the same story, right? We already looked at ES. So if you're new, NQ is a futures for QQQ. QQQ tries to replicate what NQ does, and SPY tries to replicate what ES1 does, okay? So everything that we're talking about, you can take these levels and these little patterns, and you can go and transcribe them. The problem is they're going to look a little bit different. So let's go look at our NQ. NQ hourly time frame. We go there. We go to our hourly time frame on QQQ. It looks a little bit disjointed. Now remember, you have to turn on your extended trading hours, and if we go here and do this, you can see that structure is more or less translating over. All right. And this is critical to know, because if we're trading QQQ, ultimately what we're really doing is we're trading NQ futures. So we can break key levels on the NQ side of things and not break them on the QQQ side of things. And that's why sometimes you can see QQQ get close to a support level and then reverse without hitting it. Or sometimes, well, this is probably more effective if we go and break a major support level on NQ and we don't break it on QQQ, then suddenly we see QQQ collapse and we're like, why? The support didn't break. It's because we've got to be watching the futures charts. Is there arbitrage between QQQ and NQ and QQQ? I don't know, because they are, I don't want to say no, there isn't, because I don't actually know the answer to that, but I don't think there is, because they are replicating it. So it is not like the same thing. It's not two different exchanges having Bitcoin. It is QQQ is an ETF that is actively like recreating the action that the NQ is doing. Right? So, yeah. Hit the like. Thank you, Matt. You want to hear my best friend who's a pig? You know what? I'm trying to sell him. He's got to move on. My best friend is a pig. Well, I'm a big fan of him, but he's a boar, and I got a new boar, and frankly, they're not big fans of each other. Do you need to watch ES or NQ during trading hours? It can absolutely help you. If you are trading those two assets, SPY or QQQ, yes. We have a futures room in Chart Guys who is led by a purely futures trader, and being able to keep an eye on what the futures are doing and knowing what they're expecting can change the course of your overall trades. Because let's look at it. If we know that our experienced super traders are positioning themselves for a bull day based on what they feel is the best course of action inside the futures setups, and those overall futures setups are what create and dictate the strength or weakness on our SPY and QQQ, we know that for a individual ticker to have a very strong day, or to at least be supported by the market to have a strong day, we want to know if SPY or QQQ is going to have a strong day. I think I said that a little bit weird. But yes, you do need to watch it. You got to keep an eye on it. Because if you are trying to position yourself in a bullish move and the futures is about to tip over bearish, and people who are way smarter than you or I are positioning themselves for bear moves, and your ticker is following the market, then yeah, you want to know that. You got to know. Hey, International Leroy. Thanks for watching. Okay, we talked about the futures. That's the important part, right? Okay. The DXY, getting a little bit of a daily bounce. Overall, we're in a daily downturn, approaching our EMA 12. So really simple, an oversimplification of how to look at trends in downtrends. And this is, again, an oversimplification. Lower lows, look for your bounce, see what you do when you interact at EMA 12. EMA 12 is a place where you don't make trade decisions, but you say, okay, time to pay more attention to what's happening here. If we're in a downtrend, we're going to be looking for hourly trend changes. EMA 12 is a place where we start paying attention for hourly weakness. Here we see a high, a low. If we break over 101.839 and get a lack of follow through, coming back down, and then we lose our key support at 101.538, that changes the course. and it makes us look for that hourly consolidation and a lower high to develop. And then the most likely outcome is always continuation, daily lower high configuration. So oversimplification of how that price action works, but that sort of price action and most likely outcome is the foundation of everything that we do at the chart, guys. So that's what we're looking for. We set up these scenarios and we look for them to play out. So daily time frame, EMA 12, we're looking for hourly weakness right now. Bulls are in control and they have an hourly higher high, higher low. So until that changes, bulls remain in control. But look, it is remarkably different, this price action, as opposed to this. If we see continuation, we're still looking for daily lower high under 102.82. But EMA 12 has been resistance, so we expect it to do the same. The VIX, way down here under our $20 range. So the market is just chill. Big areas of resistance, so I'm not going to be long on the VIX on the daily time frame until we are over this 2008 level. Just multiple areas of resistance, lots of room for daily lower highs. So if we start to see some overall daily consolidation, we're looking for the VIX to spike up. And again, watching that EMA 12, watching for hourly lower highs. US oil daily time frame, pretty content with where it's at. I should say oil is pretty content with where it's at. Got a daily low here, room for a daily high or low to follow. Its own little bull flag setting up right now with these lower highs and lower lows. So lack of follow through. Good volume on that one. Still an overall downtrend. Can't really draw a trend here. What's going on? No data issue. Our bender. How old is this data? Well, how about that? Ignore most of what I just said. Well, come on. All right. No idea what oil's doing because I don't have the data. Natural gas is doing really well. So we have another multiple point area of resistance. We are right at that level right now. We've pulled back from this multiple times. So until we close over it on the daily time frame, you got to be very cautious. So we're gonna have some very aggressive shorts waiting up here, expecting some pullback. But we also see a lot of interest. The volume's pretty low. We'll see how we flush out the day. Hourly time frame. Ooh, all right. So we got some, how old is this? Oh, wow. Okay. Yes. So we're going to have aggressive bears waiting up here. And they're ready to pounce right now. Because we have pushed up pretty quickly, we're going to be overbought on small time frames. And they're going to be aggressively looking to enter those small 5-second, 15-second minute shorts. And they're going to see what comes after the fact, given that we are up in this area of resistance. So we have stair-step pattern up, multiple higher lows. 5-minute time frame, bulls in control still. 2-minute bulls, 2-minute bulls in control still. Hitting areas of resistance. So at a minimum, we're going to have these aggressive shorts. And like some of these ninja guys and gals are playing the 5-15-second time frame, getting this high and looking for weakness and pullback and stopping out at new highs and giving themselves that breadth. So the most I'm going to talk about is a 2-minute time frame. And what I need to see on a 2-minute time frame would be a high, well, we just got it, a low, a lower high to show that the bulls no longer have what it takes to keep pushing up. And the classic type of play there is to look for that lower high. And as we move away from it, set your stop at a new high, give yourself a little bit of wiggle room. But we're looking for some of these aggressive shorts to come in. Now, until we lose that trend, bulls are in complete control of that gas. 2-minute higher lows. They're rocking it. Believe them. Okay. Hey, Casey Lewis. Thanks for watching. Simon, you got another ETF question? Futures, go ahead. I'm just going to do Bitcoin, and then I think we're going to get out of here. Bitcoin on the daily time frame. So, big consolidation on the daily time frame. Lots of room for daily higher lows. EMA 12 already coming in to be an area of support for us. Now, I gotta be careful what I call it that. EMA, excuse me. Our EMAs are never support levels. They're just areas at which people are interested in buying. And we create the EMA levels, right? They're not like projected out. They just happen to work with us. So if we moved all the way up here and we were suddenly green, this EMA level would tick up and it would change for us. So it is more like, well, it is representative of the average price that people have been just willing to play. This is where we have settled psychologically as a mass group. That's it. So we have settled psychologically as a mass group appropriately again. It seems, at least right now, we are testing that level, 29,564. Lots of room for daily higher lows. So what we end up doing is looking in the opposite of what we just did for natural gas. How aggressively have we moved down? Have we hit some oversold levels and seen some bounces? And indeed, we have. 15-minute time frame. Do we get a back burner in that boy? Come on. Where are you? Where's? Oh, I see. We're below the back burner level. Where did we get one? Ah, look at that. Big hourly oversold back burner. So now we're in an hourly downtrend. And we're looking for 4-hour oversold. Okay. So what we want to look for is signs of reversal here. Oversold. We'll be looking for inside bars and then bull breaks. Right now, we're looking for hourly trend changes. Another hourly inside bar. Yeah. So let's see if we can get ourselves an hourly inside bar bull break, riding on the coattails of a 15 stack oversold down to the 4-hour time frame. Okay. Simon says volume profile on the QQQ daily chart. We're at the cusp of a big breakout. Hey, we're in a weekly bull flag on the QQQ and the NQ as well. So there is a lot of great positioning here for those big tick heavy ETFs. You just got to get the juice and follow through. Keep a close eye if you're looking for those NQ bulls. We also need the Russell to get with the program as well. So we have this big area of overall resistance that we need to clear. If we can do that at the same time as we get some QQQ or NQ weekly follow through, I'm going to feel a lot better about hitting new 7-month highs. All right. Simon posted a question about overnight futures levels. Whether are they respected enough that QQQ traders should pay attention to them? You need to know what they are because overnight highs and lows are important levels that the futures traders are playing, and those do impact what SPY and QQQ are doing. So in a sense, yes, they are not as important as real-time trading levels, but you can bet your dollar that the futures teams are watching those. All right. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you got any feedback, I would appreciate it. Always looking to improve. You can send those to me on the Twitter, or you can just fire them on over to support@chartguys.com. Good or bad, I'll take it. Josh, what am I going to be trading today? I'm pretty interested to see what the Bitcoin names are going to do on this consolidation. And I am probably going to start there, and then we're going to see how the morning shapes up with respect to these hourly ranges. And it might be a good day to start employing some of these range strategies, which is essentially watching the 5 and 50-minute time frame on SPY and QQQ flesh out, and then watching new highs. And if we see new highs without the supporting internal structure to justify the new high, we look to play it and fade it in the other direction. So it's a slow, kind of monotonous day, but you end up with, let's say our SPY chart starts to look like this. Let's assume this is a SPY chart for a 5-minute time frame on SPY. So if we have a range day, and we'll do this, and we'll do this, and we come up, and we get overextended, and if our internals don't support a new high of day, and nothing has really changed to justify why we are at that level, and we can teach you all that in chart, guys. We look for the fade, so coming back down, and then we go over here, and do the internals support weakness of this magnitude? No. And we just end up getting this day that is nothing, and we just chop around. So that's why I'm going to wait and see if that's what we get. And that's my plan right now. Okay, have a wonderful day. Chart Guys members, Dan will be live in about 2 minutes.